And then Peter Tanner, who is unable to attend. Peter has some babysitting duties that he's seemed to be hit him for Wednesdays rather frequently right now. So hang on, I gotta allow a couple more people in.
Peter's technical ability, I'm surprised he's not able to do both.
Yeah.
He should be training the kids. Then they can help us.
Oh gosh, we need the help for sure. So first of all, I'd like to welcome Megan and Andrea to our Chatham Rotary Zoom meeting. And we will have a better introduction from Tanya a little closer to the time that we'll have you present. So we start off just because of our COVID things, we like to start off with our happy announcements. I'm going to start off with a happy, sad one. We're going to, Bruce Ross has purchased a new home in Meaford. And Bruce will be moving there sometime in August. We're going to milk him for everything we can get, and he will finish as we move along. And definitely the board was advised this morning, and all of the comments coming back to Bruce were magnificent. So he has done a tremendous job getting our club in good order. And now we have to go back on the hunt to find somebody who can give us assistance, keeping an eye on those books and keeping us up to date, because it's extremely important. So very much thank you to you, Bruce. It is very much appreciated, all that you've done for us. And I'll open it up for other happy thoughts. Oh, go ahead, Bruce.
No, I just want to say thank you, Brett, for those kind words. And it's been a short stay with the Rotary in Chatham, but I plan to join the Rotary Club in Meaford if they'll let me in. So that's great. It's been a short stay, but and this was totally unexpected. Our plans to move to Meaford weren't unexpected. My wife's daughter lives in Thornbury, which for those people that know the area is nearby Meaford, but Carmen and her family live in Meaford, Thornbury. That's why we chose Meaford. It's a nice town, but a little less expensive than Thornbury. And of course, the housing market up there is crazy as it is here. And we put the bid in a couple of days ago, and they didn't hold the bids. They just took them, really, whatever they got. And for this particular house, it's a smaller house than our current house, but it's funny, we're looking to downsize anyway. It's a stage of our life cycle. And so we just found out yesterday that we got it, which surprised us given the current craziness of the market, but it closes in July. And so we have to scramble to get our house on Victoria Avenue on the market. So that's what we've been doing since yesterday. So it's listed in a couple weeks, and we look to move, as Brett said, in mid-August at the very latest. And it's kind of compounded by a number of scenarios. And since our only daughter here, Hannah, is at McMaster, we have to move her at the end of July back to a new house in Hamilton. I've agreed to teach 2 courses in Fanshawe College again that finish in August. So that's so the timing of the new house is causing me to lose even more of my hair. So I might have even less hair when you see me next. But anyway, it's been a great ride. It's been a short one, but I'm sure we'll still be around, because some of Cheryl's family is still here, but my family, as most people know, I think, are in Halifax. So I don't have any family in Chatham. So it's time. We're both retired. Cheryl and I are both retired. So it's time to move on, I guess, another stage of life. So thank you. And
well, we all wish you the best of luck for sure, Bruce.
Hey, Brett, I just want to say, sorry, Bruce, I've already called the Meaford Club and warned them that you were coming, and that you said they're not taking any new members. So you might have to stay. You might have to stay in Chatham. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll keep them. Absolutely.
Hey, Brett, the only thing I can mention is, well, first of all, I'll say, Bruce, we're really going to miss you. Wow. Yeah, I didn't catch the first part of what Brett was saying, but I now get a sense that you're moving.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Wish you best of luck with your
Thank
move.
you, Cowan.
We'll miss you at a bingo too.
All right, thank you.
One thing we can think of, Brett, is we've got these corporate members coming. We've got my office, and there's at least one gentleman there, Michael, who wants to participate quite a bit with our club. And I know BDO is going to join once COVID stops and when they can start coming to meetings. So they won't, maybe they could replace Bruce, and one of them we could ask maybe to do the books. We'll see. Or the treasurer.
Any help we can get.
Yeah. Just keep that in mind.
Better shape, and we definitely need to get a little bit of education as to what we're dealing with there.
When are you leaving, Bruce?
End of middle of August.
So we got some time.
Middle of August at the latest. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just keep that in mind, Brett.
And with the Zoom, more than welcome to join in anytime, Bruce.
Great. I appreciate the receptiveness, Brett. I'll certainly keep that in mind for sure. Great. And I'll certainly help out the transition when the new treasurer. So no problem there.
Perfect. And any other happy thoughts? Karen Kirkwood, yes. Please.
I do. It's Tom.
Okay, Tom, give me a second. I got Karen on the go here.
This is maybe not so happy, not so happy. I left Barry on the other call with the former U.S. ambassador to India, Richard Verma. The meeting was really starting to get good, and I had to leave to participate in this one. So I hope they recorded it. They had a presentation from a very young and very well-spoken congresswoman from Troy, Michigan, and she was just excellent. And I hope that everybody will take a chance to look at it later.
And which club was it? Was that Ann Arbor?
Troy.
Troy?
Yeah. Yeah, it was just starting to get good.
Okay. And Tom McCarthy.
Thank you. Some members may be aware that my poor spouse, Sandra, was infected with hydrocephalus, or water on the brain, going back at least 3 years. And that after extensive effort in diagnostics, we were set to move forward to surgery to get rid of the situation, when lo and behold, lockdown occurred and surgery was eliminated 19 months ago. So day in, day out, her condition worsened and worsened and worsened until, God forbid, surgery has now been announced for a week from tomorrow. And with any kind of luck, although she will never be able to regain all that she's lost, she may be able to reduce pain, regain some balance, and God forbid, may at some point be able to walk. So this is something that's been a major struggle for our family and for her in particular. And we're looking forward to seeing some of that difficulty reduced.
Oh, we wish her all the best, Tom. And that's next week?
Yes, the 20th.
Well, take care. She'll be in our thoughts and prayers.
Thank you.
Any other happy thoughts, Rick Bednarik?
Let me unmute here. I stopped in London to see my my surgeon and saw the great man himself on Friday. And I was a little worried about my blood work, but he said, don't do that. And he said, your a chemotherapist oncologist seems to be quite happy with results in my MRI, and he's going to give me a call in September. So that's everything's level along.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Rick, and hopefully continue on this same path.
Now, do we have time for a quick 2 minutes on the 100th centennial searches, or do you want me to come back with that?
I'll come back to you on that one.
Okay, good.
Allison.
Just want to say Happy Nurses Week. I think we have at least one nurse in the club retired, Karen McDonald. So, do we have any other nurses in the club? Am I missing?
I married one, and she's.
That's right, you married one.
Now, so.
That counts.
This week of all weeks in a pandemic, let's thank our nurses because they are the best.
Absolutely.
So thank you, nurses.
All right. Any other happy thoughts before we move along here? Okay, I got a couple of things. First of all, we'll just get through our birthdays and anniversaries. So Allison has one coming up in about 10 days time. We also have Janet McGuigan Kelly and Paul Mayrand the end of the month. And our club anniversaries were Tracy Walker, Karen McDonald has 3 years, Les Herman, Darlene Smith, and Diane McGuigan is actually at 29 years. So we wish them all the best. And at this time, Rick, if you'll give us a bit of a Rotary minute here or two.
Okay, looking through the transcripts, and they are transcripts, but I remember a handwritten thing of club minutes and that type of thing. The first thing that comes out is how casual things were at these meetings. Even before we had our charter, they had created a whole series of policy of nicknames. And we have Ort, and we have President, who do we have here? We'll get back to that in a bit, I guess. And committees, the first committee, of course, even before there was that, was a committee to find a place to eat. And the first few meetings were, in spite of being supposed to be 12-15, was a series of banquets and that type of thing. And committees. This is a little list from 1949, 1950. And you can see the problem basically here is not getting people to serve on committees, but where do you find a place to put people? The first committee up here is Aims and Objects Committee in there. Doug Foster is the president. The other one is casuality, or being casual at the meetings, all first names, and family. One family that pops up is, and I hadn't seen the name before, but response, late 1930s, Wilfred Story joined. And his classification, we'll get back to classifications again later on, in a couple of months.
That's my great-grandpa.
Classification was ice cream. This would have been about 1936, 37. Classification for ice cream, and he worked for Silverwoods. So I'm not sure if we had an ice cream guy after that or not.
That explains a lot, Rick, about my DNA, because I would eat ice cream every day. Actually, I almost do. That's actually very helpful. Thank you. That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure it's a healthy snack.
Oh yeah, totally. Dairy, right?
Sticking to it.
One of the food groups.
We have, again with families, you have April 1922, brought to the attention of the directors that Ted Shulman is not absent for the last 4 meetings and blah, 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 blah. And they actually, that was it. He was out of there. The secretary is directed to contact Ted Shulman and inform him that he's no longer a member of the Rotary Club. So a founding member who was there for what, maybe for 3 months or something like that. Didn't last very long.
You're out of here.
Families again were the Grays, working their way through the Grays. This is 1922 again, early President Stratt, yeah. In there. George Gray, who was absent a week ago, also was called on to give an account of himself, a brief story, blah, 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 and a clothing retail thing. He had incidentally told me at this big convention, he had seen that Chatham was not lost sight of. Toronto will soon be realizing that there are a lot of Grays as well as Blacks in Chatham. Now, I will give him the benefit of the doubt here on the minutes that he did capitalize Blacks in this. And again, casuality, and that's 100 years ago, different world then. There was one more here, let's see. This is a meeting July 5th, I guess it's done 8/22. Victorian Vickery from Oshawa was visiting. The main speaker of the day was Jim Gray, our Chinaman, who spoke on his classification. And with his dry humor, he's got entertaining and interesting talk. So that's a Gray's China Hall, I suppose. And that's his classification. That's it.
Thank you, Rick. When our history goes back 100 years now, it's interesting to pick up on some of those pieces there. So thanks again for running through the archives and grabbing a few bits and pieces to share with us.
Welcome.
At this time, I'm going to move the meeting to a induction of a new member. It has been some time since we've had an induction, and part of my problem was I couldn't figure out how to do it via Zoom, so I was able to track down a bit of a simplified induction ceremony. And at this time, we're going to induct Chandra Clark into our club. So normally, Chandra, I would ask you to come up to the front, but I think we're all in the front right now. So Chandra has demonstrated a willingness to be an active Rotarian and by providing service above self. We hope you'll be a proud representative of the Rotary Club of Chatham and judge yourself by the Rotary four-way test of the things you think, say, or do. Tanya Sharp has agreed to be your sponsor into the Rotary Club. If you have any questions, she'll be happy to assist you. As well, you can reach out to any club member at any time. Chandra, I'll ask you to repeat after me. Is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
On behalf of Rotary International and the Rotary Club of Chatham, we welcome you into our global family. Because of these uncertain times, we'll be sending you your Rotary pin and official packet, and with a symbolic presentation of the Rotary pin, which I'm sorry I left it at the office, and I had it out too. I declare you to be a member in good standing of the Rotary Club of Chatham. Fellow Rotarians, please welcome our newest member, Chandra Clark. Congratulations, Chandra.
Thank you very much. And I would just like to say that you guys have done a wonderful job making me feel welcome, even though we're all on screens, and I really appreciate that.
One of these days, we're going to be back to a more social setting and have the opportunity to enjoy each other's company a little bit more. And at this time, I'd also like to call upon Jennifer Hill to make a presentation of a Paul Harris, please.
Brett, we salute you for your work this year as president and agreeing to carry on for next year. We also salute you for your work with the International Youth Exchange, the fundraising, the Ecological Committee, and a number of other projects. We congratulate you on choosing to become a member of the Paul Harris Society this year. Paul Harris once said that perhaps dreams are not so bad. If one dreams, what makes them, it makes them to come true. In Rotary, we make dreams a reality through extraordinary projects and activities in Chatham and around the world. These projects would not be possible without the generous support of Rotarians like you and friends of our Rotary Foundation. Thank you for your generous support of the Rotary Foundation, Brett. The Rotary Foundation recognizes these individuals who contribute at $100,000 US level annually to the annual fund, Folio Plus, or approved foundation grants by inducting into the Paul Harris Society. Paul Harris Society's gifts enable Rotary's worldwide network of dedicated humanitarians to implement projects that address pressing needs in communities around the world. Because of these contributions, children are vaccinated against polio and other diseases. Adults and children learn to read. Women are given micro loans and training to give them dignity. Children have access to clean drinking water and sanitation. Scholars are able to study ways to prevent maternal and child mortality. Peace and conflict resolution are also shared. You are part of this, and I thank you. And I'd like to present, this is gonna be, I'd like to present your Rotary pin. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Here, there you are. Would you take that, please, and then put it on?
Just so I don't stab myself, Lynn's helping me out, and I'll explain a little bit more about that.
Oh, are you?
Thank you very much.
I think that went well. Hopefully we'll see you physically in an undistant meeting soon.
Hopefully soon.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. Now, everything that Jennifer just said, we have to repeat it. And I have this beautiful pin. This is going to be presented to Barry Fraser tomorrow. It is a Paul Harris by 5. So congratulations to Barry. Everything that Jennifer just said, we're saying the same thing to you. So thank you very much for the support of Rotary. So just a little heads up on mine. Mine is basically a gift.
A donation. A gift.
Yes.
God, I hate this part. My wife is working extra hard, or working again. So she has taken those funds and presented this to me.
Well, that's wonderful.
You want to take over? Oh, dear. I hate this, and it's being recorded too. So thank you to everybody that works on Paul Harris's, and I think it's definitely a good part for our club to continue whatever we can in the way of Paul Harris's. Just so you know, we are roughly working on a district grant proposal to bring the gardens back on the Rotary Park in Thamesville. And we're going to try to see if we can get some funds from Rotary to assist us with that function. And Barry and I are going to be working on that a little bit tomorrow, as well as a couple of other things. So thanks again. At this time, we're going to move the meeting along, and I'm going to call on Tanya Sharp to present our guest speakers for the afternoon.
Thanks very much, Brett. Gives me a lot of pleasure to introduce Megan Cowan and Andrea Johnson from CKPL. Megan has been with CKPL for just about 6 years now, and she is my circulation and local history librarian. Andrea Johnson has been with us for almost 7 years, and she is our collections development librarian. Very creative, very innovative souls, and I am quite almost on a daily basis thankful that they are on our team here. Many of you may remember Megan and Andrea. They presented to the club in the past, I think it was about 2 years ago, and they've agreed to return, so we must have appreciated them nicely. I'm here to tell you a little bit about CK Reads 2021, as well as an update of some of our current programs and events that are happening here at the Chatham-Kent Public Library. And they'll do it way better than me, so I will sign off now.
If I share my screen, yes. Can everyone see the screen okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you put it in presentation mode, Andrea, so it's bigger?
Yes, 1 second. It just got rid of my notes when I pulled it up.
Oh, okay. I can see your notes.
You can see my notes. Maybe it's just sharing the wrong screen then. 1 second.
Maybe swap your presenter view and slideshow. Do you see that?
Okay. Take 2. What is presenter view?
That should have your notes in it, I think.
Okay, I can just see from current slide. I think the Zoom menu is getting rid of some of the.
Okay.
Is that better?
There we go.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. So hi, today Megan and I will be discussing programs offered by CKPL during the pandemic and discussing also the impact of the pandemic on library programs. If you have any questions at any time, you can raise your hand, or I can also check the little chat window. My notes are just off to the side, so unfortunately I'll be looking slightly to the left throughout, but just let me know too if you have any trouble hearing me.
Okay, so whenever we develop and offer a program at the library, we're trying to meet at least one of the displayed programming goals. These goals haven't changed a lot during the pandemic, but the types of programs we offer and certainly our delivery methods have changed to meet our new environment.
So during the pandemic, staff at the library who provide programs have faced new opportunities and challenges. The move towards online programs, we've been able to reach a new audience who might not have been able to attend in-person programs. We've been able to offer a greater variety of programs, convenience of online programs. The length of our programs has become more flexible. Shorter programs are more feasible for an online environment in which there is no commute time. With online programs, there's also more flexibility in which participants can attend programs. Online videos can be watched at any time, and the grab and go programming bags, they can be completed at any time. So we're able to offer on-demand programs for the first time. Also, as staff responsibilities have changed during the pandemic, some of our staff have been able to prioritize programming more highly, and we've been able to offer weekly adult programs for the first time. So we offer trivia for adults every Wednesday evening and an online fun Friday puzzle. We can see the impact of this consistency in our programming participation statistics, and these programs have grown in popularity throughout the pandemic. With the pandemic, we've also been able to reallocate some of our programming funds to invest in new programming resources like Kahoot that we use for our online trivia, and WeVideo, which we use to edit our online videos. Staff have also been able to learn new skills during this time, like video editing, which has been both a great opportunity and a challenge for staff. In general, staff are developing new skills and getting to be involved in a variety of programs, but learning new skills with existing job responsibilities can sometimes be challenging. Our investment in new platforms and in learning new skills will enhance the programs that we're able to offer post-pandemic. Some of the other challenges we face during this time is trying to meet patrons where they are, especially if they don't have access to reliable internet. So luckily with our programming grab and go bags, people are able to still participate in programs even if they don't have access to reliable internet. Staff have also had to spend some time figuring out how to adapt some of our signature annual programs like CK Reads and our CK Local Author Festival to a new digital environment. It can be more challenging to promote library programs during this time because we rely on staff to help promote programs during checkouts. And with the curbside service, those interactions tend to be more brief.
So we typically offer 3 types of events right now at the library. The most common type of event that we offer is our recurring programming, like our weekly quizzes that Andrea just mentioned, or our staff created monthly grab and go bags. We also offer special one-time events like author visits or special grab and go kits that we offer in partnership with some of our community partners. We also have several annual events that are offered throughout the year. This winter and spring, we continued our annual CK Reads program. Looks a little different, but it's still there. And also our local author festival. In the fall, we'll also be offering our annual How-To Festival virtually.
In the fall of 2020, when we began to develop a programming plan, we used several sources of inspiration. So first, we reviewed the programs that we had been offering pre-pandemic at the library, whether they were reoccurring or one-offs, and we evaluated which programs we thought we could successfully adapt to a new online environment. We also researched the programs which were being run in other libraries and cultural organizations and considered what we thought would work well for our community and for the skills of our staff and the resources that we had available. And then on an ongoing basis, we collaborate with community partners to offer special events. Quite often the library is approached to be a partner. We'll discuss the power of programming partnerships a little bit later. But first, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into some of the library programs that we were offering pre-pandemic that we transformed to work in a new virtual environment.
So this year we launched our community-wide book club, CK Reads, which you're all very familiar with. You've heard both of us talk about it, I think twice. I think we've been to talk about CK Reads twice. So that was launched February 2nd this year. And to celebrate the 5th anniversary of CK Reads, we chose 2 books by Canadian author Sheena Kamal. We chose The Lost Ones for our adult readers who enjoy gritty thrillers, and Fight Like a Girl for lovers of young adult fiction. Though, even if you don't read young adult fiction, I do highly recommend Fight Like a Girl. It's an excellent book.
Okay. So our goal this year is to reach 5 by the end of May. And we're getting quite close to achieving this goal. I ran the statistics last week and we were at 450 readers. So if you are interested, we have copies of both titles available at all 11 CKPL branches, and then online and ebook and audiobook format. And for Fight Like a Girl, Sheena actually reads the book and it's quite enjoyable.
And this year, instead of offering in-person CK Reads themed book clubs, we have our CK Reads Facebook group, through which we pose weekly questions and share CK Reads news, including programming updates and read-alike suggestions. Through this group, we hope to spark discussion and bring the community closer together through a shared love of reading, which is our overall goal every year for CK Reads. We also hosted weekly CK Reads themed trivia quizzes throughout the month of March. And additionally, patrons can request a special CK Reads themed surprise bag from any CKPL branch. These bags include 3 Lost Ones or Fight Like a Girl read-alike titles and a themed bookmark. These surprise bags also allow us to do some additional collections promotion, helping to connect readers with our library resources.
So the 2021 CK Reads program will wrap up on Thursday, May 27th, when Sheena joins us for our virtual author visit via Zoom. So this is the first time we're doing a virtual visit for a CK Reads author, and we're quite excited to test out this new format. If this event goes well, then we'll have access to a wide selection of authors who might not be available to join us in person. You can register to attend this event online by searching CK Reads author visit or through Ask CKPL, the library's virtual reference service. This event will be conversational style, so we're encouraging patrons to submit questions that we can ask Sheena through the library's social media sites, so through Facebook and Twitter, and you can share questions with us here as well. And the talk will be about 45 minutes in length.
Another pre-pandemic program that we adapted to work for curbside services is our monthly Crafternoon program, which started in Chatham in late 2019. We started Crafternoons to help promote Creative Bug, an online library of crafting videos that we added to CKPL's virtual library in 2019. Each month, a new creative bug craft was featured as our Crafternoon project, and between 20 and 30 participants could attend the class offered at our Chatham branch. After COVID, we rebranded this program as Crafternoons to Go, and we were able to easily adapt the program to work in times when the library's only been able to offer curbside service. We promote each month's Crafternoon to Go project through the library's website and social media outlets, and patrons can sign up online or through Ask CKPL. Then the kits are delivered through the library's courier to all 11 CKPL branches. Typically, we prepare 50 kits each month, and the program has been well received, with most of our kits selling out very quickly. With this new service model, we're able to reach patrons across Chatham-Kent and also crafters who might not have been able to attend our afternoon in-person Crafternoon programs. Each month's instructional video, and some of these have been done by staff, so created, edited, and starring our staff members, to online, so Crafternoon participants can complete their craft when it's most convenient to them.
Perfect. So Lit Bits are literacy video tidbits released every Monday on CKPL's Facebook page, which is at CKPL Library. Lit Bits are also available on CKPL's YouTube channel. Lit Bits feature staff sharing their favorite songs, rhymes, and reading recommendations for little ones. Lit Bits are miniaturized reinterpretation of the story times that we offer traditionally at library branches across CK. Lit Bits can be enjoyed anytime, anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. We do have a sample Lit Bit that we can share with you. So this was done in fall of, or I guess spring of 2020. Oh.
It's in your other screen, Andrea.
What?
It's open in your other screen.
Oh. Thank you.
Banana, slice, banana.
There we go.
Slice, banana, slice, slice, banana. Smoosh, banana, smoosh, smoosh, banana. Smoosh, banana, smoosh, smoosh, banana. Eat, banana, eat, banana, eat, banana, eat, banana. Go, bananas, go, go, bananas, go, bananas, go, go, bananas. Bananas.
Just going to switch back to the presentation. So that is just, so that's just a little sample of what Lit Bits can look like. There's quite a bit of variety, and there is a new one every Monday that you can check out. So those are just a couple of examples of the pre-pandemic library programs that we've adapted to work in our new virtual / curbside service reality. Next up, we're going to talk about a couple of programs that we're offering that were inspired by other libraries.
So after we saw the major success of Middlesex County Library's quiz nights, which they've been doing since spring of 2020, I reached out to my contacts in Middlesex County to see if they could help us get started with our own trivia nights. They were able to provide more information on how they set up and run their quizzes using Kahoot. They offer tips and tricks, and they invited us to join a Kahoot group with Middlesex and also with Lambton County Libraries, where we can share our quiz questions. With their help, we were able to implement our own trivia nights very quickly, and we launched at the end of September. The program itself is pretty simple. We post a link to a new game every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. and participants have until midnight to complete the quiz. We post the results of the quiz the next morning so everyone can see where they ranked. This has become a very popular program for us with a steady growth in participation, and we are now regularly averaging 200 plus players per game. We try to provide a variety of topics, including sports, history, books, movies, and pop culture. But I think the most fun for me is the one that writes all these quizzes. We're seeing more and more regularly People commenting that this is the favorite part of their week. They look forward to our quizzes every week. And what I really like seeing is that I can see in some of the shares and comments, people challenging their family members and friends to try to beat them in the game. So it's become quite a competition.
So we first considered offering book subscription bags late 2019, and we were inspired by other public libraries, primarily in the US, which were already offering this service. We didn't end up launching our own version of the book subscription service until late 2020 as part of CK's PL celebration of Ontario Public Library Week. And we branded our service as Your Next Favorite Read. This program is especially important for us to offer right now during the pandemic because it provides us with a unique way to connect community members with the books that are already part of CKPL's collection. This is especially important right now when browsing has become so much more difficult. Patrons can sign up for this service online by filling out a brief survey about their reading preferences, and then they can request bags to be delivered just once every month or just once every 3 months. They can customize the size of their bags and request to pick up their bag at any CKPL branch. This program provides reader or library staff with a great opportunity to strengthen the reader's advisory skills, and subscribers can share feedback about their subscription online.
This service has grown in popularity every month. We actually stopped actively promoting the program in December. So growth now, which you can see in your chart on the screen there, is purely due to word of mouth. Across CKPL, 181 subscription bags were packed during the month of April. And we hope to continue this program after we reopen for in-person browsing and programming. Quizzes and our subscription book services are both examples of programs inspired by programming efforts at other public libraries, but another major source of programming inspiration for us are our community partners, who we've teamed up with to create unique programs.
So when we team up with community partners to develop and facilitate community programs, we get access to new skills and resources that are previously not available to us. This allows us to offer CK residents a greater variety of programs and helps to connect library patrons with community resources that they might have been previously unaware of.
CKPL has several strengths as a programming partner. We have branches in 11 communities across CK, so people are already familiar with our library staff and feel comfortable in library spaces. People trust the library to reliably offer quality programming, and given our locations, we offer many options for people to pick up programming supplies or to visit us in person for programs. With the Library Courier, we also have an easy way to move programming supplies across CK, improving our reach across the municipality. In terms of promotion, many people already frequent the library online or in person, so we're able to promote our programs easily to that wide audience.
So one program we offered recently with community partners was a virtual author visit with Greenma. The program was presented in partnership with the Chatham-Kent Black Historical Society and the Black Mecca Museum, and was held in celebration of Black History Month and the publication of Brock's book, The Hard Road to Victory, the Chatham All-Star Story. For anyone who might have missed Brock's visit and is interested in learning more about the Chatham All-Stars, copy of Brock's book are available from CKPL.
In February, just before Valentine's Day, we partnered with the Thames Art Gallery to offer a fun date night at home themed program where participants received supplies to make a set of clay matcha bowls. The program was extremely popular and sold out almost immediately. I think within a couple of hours, all the kits were spoken for. Participants could pick up their programming supplies that were supplied by Thames Art Gallery at any CKPL branch, and an instructional video created by Thames Art Gallery was posted on the library's Facebook page. We have partnered with Thames Art Gallery several times during the pandemic, and these creative programs are always very well received by CK residents. Staff at the Thames Art Gallery have unique skills and expertise that expand the variety of programs that we at CKPL are able to offer.
So we are currently looking for community partners to make our upcoming Reading Buddies program a success. Through the Reading Buddies program, we hope to help reluctant readers develop their literacy skills. We need volunteers to be big buddies to our little buddies. As a big buddy, you help your little buddy practice their reading and play literacy-based games with them. Volunteers will need to be available Thursday evenings between July 8th and September 2nd.
Volunteers will also need to be at least 16 years of age, have excellent English communication skills, enjoy working with children, and be comfortable with technology. This is the first year that Big Buddies and Little Buddies will be meeting online. This new online Reading Buddies program model has already been successfully run in other library systems, including London Public Library. The application deadline is May 28th, and we can provide the contact information for Stephanie, CKPL's children's librarian, if anybody has any follow-up questions or you're interested in volunteering for Reading Buddies.
Perfect. So looking forward to later in 2021 and beyond, we would like to continue offering our successful online and curbside programs, including our weekly quizzes, our Friday fun puzzles, our bags, and our grab and go craft and programming bags. We remain dedicated to meeting our patrons where they are, so we're likely to continue offering online programs even after we're able to open for in-person programming again. We don't want to lose the great community we built of programming participants during this time through our online and curbside programs. We will also continue to adapt our annual events to this new environment. So the next program that we're working on adapting to a virtual environment is our How To Festival, which is held in celebration of Ontario Public Library Week every year, and it's around the 3rd week of October.
So for those not familiar with How To Festival, this year will be our 4th annual How To Festival. Previously, How To Festival was hosted for 1 week each year during Ontario Public Library Week, and in-person programs were offered at all 11 CKPL branches. How To programs are typically brief 20-minute workshops designed to teach participants new skills in a fun, no pressure environment. How To workshops are always free and are led by both library staff and community members. For 2021, we plan to do a virtual version of the fair, offering a mix of workshops for the whole family, as well as our other demographics like adults, teens, and seniors. A new How To video will be posted to the library's Facebook and YouTube page each day during How To Week, and corresponding How To programming kits will be available for pickup before the start of the program. So now I think we are going to, a little birdie told us that, an unnamed birdie, but I'm sure you can guess, told us that you might be interested in playing, I have to get my screen back up and full here. There we go. Playing one of our quizzes. So we've written a special quiz just for Rotary, a mix of Chatham-Kent themed questions and Rotary themed questions. So I'm going to paste the link in the chat. If you want to play, you don't have to, but it is there for you now. You can click and start playing. And then when you put in your nickname, it will score it and I can tell you who won. People are playing that. If you would like, we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have about CKPL programs, current and in the future.
Okay, if you have a question, if you could raise your hand and we'll pull one in at a time. We're going to start with Jennifer, please. You're on mute.
I just like to thank you for my subscriptions. You've done a terrific job, and I read most of them, not all of them, but you keep them coming, and I really get going. I haven't read this much in years.
Okay,
thank you.
Super. Any other questions here? Allison, please.
Oh, I've got my Kahoot going. Hello. What is, would you like us to share like the details from the buddy, the reading buddies on our Facebook, or would you prefer to keep that?
No, I think that would be great. I think that would be wonderful. I think Stephanie is looking to kind of use this as an opportunity to expand our pool of volunteers, because it is probably easier for some people to do it virtually versus having to come in. So definitely that would be lovely. So we can make sure that information to you. Allison, would that be best?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I can actually, I mean, I can post different slides or each component from the presentation in different posts if you'd like.
Oh, lovely.
So maybe after you want to, we can figure out a way to do that after the meeting.
Sure, we can connect to you through Tanya probably and get that sorted out. Thank you.
But I give you full props for adapting and pivoting. I've watched with interest all of the activities that you guys have creatively come up with. And I gotta say, I'm sure you kept a lot of people sane, especially in the early days, but I'm always impressed with the library programming. So great job. Really excited to see what you have coming up next. And I'm totally gonna win this quiz if anyone wants to.
The only one in the quiz that might beat you, I think, would be Tom S.
Oh, that's true. He is a quiz master. Yeah, he knows so much useless information.
Well, and just listening to that music that you were playing, I think you might want to lend that to your husband too. With his
That's true. It'll be right up his alley.
Yeah.
Well, we're posting a new quiz tonight at 6 p.m. I haven't filled it yet, but I think it's going to be an art history quiz if anyone's interested.
Oh, geez. Did you ever hit the right nail there?
I'm obviously going to have a battle with Allison tonight, I can tell.
All right. I've never played on this one on Wednesday night, so let's go, Tanya.
Oh,
bring it on, lady.
You ladies have really got something started here now. And any other questions at this time? I don't see any more. So I just want to say as well, thank you very much to CKPL for both the speakers we had today, as well as the number of programs that are out there and available. Glad to hear that Jennifer's keeping up her reading skills. And by the sound of things, you've hit the right nail there as well for finding the right authors for her to read. And I was happy to see that, you've got the local authors connection, and hopefully by virtual conferencing, you get them in so people have that opportunity. I know one of the highlights for our Rotary Club was when Tanya was able to get Mr. Hill to come to our conference or our banquet. So again, thank you so much. It was very good. Okay. Anything else on this topic? Okay, I'm just going to move over. We just finished off Canadian Mental Health Week, and we're going to have another conversation with the mental health people tomorrow with regard to Ride, Don't Hide. So we'll have some new information to go out to you. Our team has grown. I think we're up to about 7 in total. Barry, Karen Kirkwood-White, Denise, Brett and Lynn, Bruce, Paul, and anybody else wants to join, feel free. And soon we'll have the details about if you can't join, here's where you send your money. So we'll be working towards that. Also this weekend, the District 6380 has a virtual conference taking place, 9 o'clock to, whoops, Karen, what do you got going there?
We're cahooting each other.
Oh,
trying to figure out who won Kahoot.
Is she beating you?
We're getting distracted, Brett. Sorry.
All right. So before we finish off, we'll make sure we double check on who's ahead on Kahoot. And right at the moment, we were planning for May 22 to possibly get our Great Lakes Watershed Cleanup project on the go. We might have to fine tune that, so we'll keep you informed there. What else have we got? So as mentioned earlier, Bruce is going to be making a big move up to Meaford So we're definitely going to be looking for somebody within the club, and Colin had given us a couple of leads, so we'll be working on a treasurer. We as well need a club secretary, and anybody wants to get on the board, back on the board, first time on the board, please feel free to reach out and let us know. So Megan, can you tell us who's ahead on Kahoot? Just for bragging rights, you know, we like to put a little pressure on.
I sure can. Let me just check the final scores here. It looks like number 2 is Karen and number 1 is Allison.
Oh,
very close for both of you. But if you didn't that, again, we play a new game every day at 6. Everyone. Okay.
Wednesday.
Let's go, Rotary.
So you have Rotary first, and then you go to the challenge at 6 o'clock. So best of luck. I'm pretty sure Allison's going to be there. You just hit on her preference, I think, for sure.
I'm handing out tomatoes at 7, so I can do this at 6 or 6:30.
Okay, I'll have time.
Yeah.
Anything else for the good of Rotary? Julia, if you would give us our favorite tune, please. Thank you, Julia. Welcome again, Chandra. Great to have you with us on a full-time permanent basis now. Stay safe, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, Andrea and Megan.
Thank you, Andrea and Megan. Appreciate that.
See you, everybody.